Everybody, thank you guys for coming out. So right now, I'd like to bring up the cast and crew of Horny Teenagers Must Die. Thank you guys. Big round of applause. I got one microphone, so I'll just yell questions if you guys can answer. And if you guys want, I didn't do introductions, I'm sorry.
We can introduce ourselves, no problem.
I'm writer-director Dave Zagorski.
I'm Johnny Donaldson. I was the producer and first assistant director.
I'm Connor Wolf, I played Ryan.
So first off, what made you guys go with Horny Teenagers Must Die?
So Dave wrote the script about 10 years ago, well, more than 10 years ago at this point. And the original title of the movie was Die Sluts Die. And we just thought that the title, which was funny back when Dave wrote it, was no longer applicable to today's climate, but we still wanted something in that vein, that kind of like throwback 80s, like fun, catchy title thing. So
That would stand out, that, Woods is a generic kids in the woods or something like that title. So, thought for a while, we came up with Horny Teenagers Must Die. Pretty much sums up the movie.
you know what you're getting when you see a movie with the title Horny Teenagers Must Die. Family film.
So then my next question is for Dave and Connor. How did you guys work out the special effects? And how was it working out the special effects?
So, we actually had to change some of the kills during production. Unfortunately, the makeup artist that I had originally hired didn't work out, so we kind of had to think on the fly how to, change some of the kills. Luckily, Connor was always supposed to get decapitated, but the fact that he found the beaver head actually helps that we're able to do that because through the magic of sci-fi. What am I trying to say? The magic of special effects. We were able to do that.
It was in the script originally. The idea was that Ryan gets his head cut off, but then in the water they're fishing and they get my head, and that was funny. And then we had a couple of changes, and I had brought the beaver mascot head with me, and it kind of became like my main prop for the whole movie, and it kind of gave us like the opportunity to kind of make the death scene easier, but also kind of give it part of Ryan's character from his king.
So where did the beaver come from?
So actually, first I made the shirt. I asked Dave when I was cast. I said, for the Horny Teenagers, we should come from a school where our mascot is a beaver, and it just made sense. He says, okay. So he let me draw a design. I made the shirt, and I made the back. It's at 69, and then a week before we were shooting, I was at Sabres, and I just see this giant, it's a brown bulldog, and I was like, oh, I get that. $3 later, I just put it in the fake teeth, and I got my own beaver in it.
So the song Winona had a big brown beaver. How come you guys didn't use it?
We wanted to, but there are things like copyright issues that we have to take care of to use even a parody of something like that. We did earnestly try. One of our producers who's in Florida right now, Tyler Dice, he did some legwork trying to contact people. He had some inroads, but it just wasn't able to work out.
So how did you get the music that you did use? You had a wife, right?
So some of the songs are from Tori Jock, who is one of our Rachel in the movie, and they found some of the others
Through a website that I can't think of right now, but there's a website that features, a lot of independent music artists can post their music on this site. And so basically I spent a lot of time looking at independent music that would fit what I was kind of going for. So it was a lot of trial and error, a lot of time spent, and finally I found the songs that Colleen Green and Jenny's an Alien. I don't know if that's her real name, but those two songs, I was like, yeah, I think these ones will fit. So I reached out to them and said, hey, would you like to have your song in my movie, When Teenagers Must Die? And they were like, sure. So they kind of, we did some agreements, and long story short, their songs are in the movie.
So how was it, Connor, doing all those sex scenes?
It's the most frightening thing ever, but not really. I mean, it was a very like I really felt like we were at like a camp and we had like teachers, or I felt like we were like protected. So we had what is called intimacy coordinator named Erin Fitzgerald, really great, and she was there to teach us what to do. Like it's a dance pretty much. So whether it's like kissing or like whatever, everyone knows what they're doing first. It's discussed, and there's everything's monitored, and it's like you're in the woods. There's mosquitoes. And there's that, but it's it's a closed set. Sometimes there's a giant tarp hung up on the trees. There's always we're at way out in the woods, so it was it's good.
Yeah, we made sure to have the actors very protected and have them comfortable doing the scenes, because those scenes are kind of fraught, and there is a lot of them in this scene. So Erin did a wonderful job. Dave trusted her to actually guide the sex scenes. We had two camera people, Ben, who was our main cameraman, and Lexi, who was his assistant camera person, who became the key person.
Intimacy camera person.
Yeah, so she became the key person helping Erin with that. It was a very interesting, fun process. Actually, fun fact, during Connor's sex scene in the woods when he gets killed, they were also filming the scene in the woods where they find the head, and they needed someone to run both scenes at once. So I was actually doing it, running back and forth between two scenes, trying to make sure no cars drove by this sex scene while trying to get Dave the things he needed. So
yeah, it was a lot of coordination. It was a fun day. I think that was the last day of set, right? Yeah.
So what was the hardest part of the production?
everything.
Yeah, it was, we had a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of issues, but there was just some unforeseen circumstances that happened. We lost an actress on the second day of shooting, which kind of made Johnny have to spend 2 or 3 days trying to find a replacement actress at the last, second. So we were lucky enough to get Stephanie Lamoureux, who agreed to come out. She didn't even read the script. She just, I think, what'd you do? Just give her like a rundown? Yeah. So she just kind of showed up on set. We're like, okay, you're gonna have sex today, and we're gonna, die tomorrow. She's like, okay, cool. So, but yeah, there was, like I said, losing the effects artist kind of hurt in a way, but it also made us be a little more creative.
The FX artist who took over did a wonderful job doing the effects. She was kind of doing trial by fire with it, and she did incredible work coming up with things. But this is what it's like to do independent film. You don't have much money, you don't have much of a schedule, you roll the punches as much as you can. These are things that teach you how to make a film on the fly when you have all of the plans in the world, but best laid plans, you know what happens to them. So we did everything we could to make this film as professional and as good looking as possible, and I think we succeeded with what we had.
So, you did a lot of filming outside, and it was daytime filming and nighttime filming. How was the lighting and setting up the shots, daytime and nighttime outside?
So a lot of the lighting, or I think the vast majority of the lighting was done by Eric Shepard, who is amazing. setting up the lights and everything, especially at night. One of the rooms that we did one of the sex scenes in, Eric was like, there's no way it's gonna work, and Eric basically lit it, and she was like, okay, yeah, it's actually works. So he did a lot of good stuff.
Connor, were you afraid of any beavers outside meeting you while you were wearing the beaver hat?
I invited them.
So, what was your experience being outside for like all of those scenes, and especially like all the sex scenes? There had to be like mosquitoes and bugs.
Yeah, it was definitely like, it made sense for the character to. I knew when I signed up for Horny Teenagers Must Die, I knew I was going to be handcuffed to a tree, like, because I knew like it was going to be like that. So, yeah, no, you're in weird positions, you're outside, but it's really nice weather. It's hot. It was the middle of summer, and like you have long days, but then we stayed in the cabin that we were shooting in, and we had the option to go to a hotel too up the road. But some nights we would just crash there, so it was, I would say, really nice and a really nice spot. So yeah, I like that.
So how was the camaraderie whenever you was filming with all the young people on the set?
It was like a lot of like, when we all knew we were cast, it was very much, hey, let's all hang out, like let's be friends. It's like if we went to high school together, who would we be? You know, like how should we treat each other? And sometimes we make up like stories of like how we met and like how we made and stuff. Like I said, I couldn't be on the football team anymore because I had so many concussions. I could only do the mascot work. So there's all these like things we kind of came up with. We all kind of decided our own wardrobe. Everyone kind of just like getting to know each other while we were making it was like the most fun. And I still talk to a lot of them, and like still to this day, it's really great.
So even though you had the setback of your first person, like your actress leaving, how was the scheduling after that? Like how fast did you guys get this done?
We kept with our schedule, which was about 2 weeks. The individual days, what we had scheduled went up in the air, and we just kind of stitched things together as needed. But we kept to the original 12 days, plus we had some pickup shots like scheduled already for later in the summer and stuff. But we actually managed to keep it on schedule.
And then one of my last questions was the editing. I noticed that both of you guys were listed as editors. How did that work?
I mean, I did the main editing, but Eric and Ben kind of assisted me with some of the trickier shots. Some of the there's things where like in the editing you could see like some of the chords or whatever, and so Ben kind of basically edited it out for me. And then there was just some trickier shots that they kind of assisted me with, but overall I did the main part of the editing.
That's pretty awesome.
Thanks.
Honestly, like, how it hasn't been since this has been made. Every time I see you guys, it looks like you're selling a lot of merchandise at every convention. So it looks like it's really caught on.
Yeah, I mean, we've done pretty well at conventions. I think it's been my best seller. And we've only done 3 conventions, I think, with it so far. But so far it's been my biggest seller. We are also on Amazon, and I think we're going to be on Tubi pretty soon, but I don't know the exact date. But we'll probably do a few more cons this year, selling the movie, and we've got the other merchandise as well. But the movie itself is kind of the big seller. And thank you all that was here tonight and watched the movie. I really appreciate that. Oh, we've got the beaver shirt.
It wasn't out.
Connor, are you going to wear the beaver shirt for pictures?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for coming
thank you for having us, Josh.
What's next for each of you? That's a big question.
I want you guys to go first.
Thanks to Dave and you guys both for getting me in this. I do a lot of these kind of horror comedies, and I'm going to do one next month called Skate to Hell. And yeah, so same idea, same kind of genre, and yeah.
I have nothing in the pipeline myself. I'm doing some writing right now. I hope to get one of my scripts up and running hopefully later in the year or next year. Other than that, I'll probably be helping Dave with his upcoming project, which is
Still to be determined.
I'm actually writing a few scripts right now, trying to decide which one we can do. It all depends on funding. And I'm also producing a separate project with Debbie Pitt, something completely different. It's a soap opera. Executive producer on that. But I'm hoping to do another horror picture, hopefully later this year, if not maybe next year. But again, I don't know what that will be. And we do have sequels in mind for this. Horny College Students Must Die is next.
Nice.
At some point.
So one more question then, if you are doing a sequel, are you going to do the same like homage shots that you did for this one? Because I noticed a lot of
I haven't even written the script yet, Josh.
Oh, come on.
I mean, probably. I mean, this one was definitely a love letter to the 80s horror movies. So that would probably be, a love letter to the sequels of horror.
The 90s.
I do have the opening scene in mind for Horny College Students. It's basically like the opening scene of American Pie 2, but in a horror way. So just, but yeah, I don't know how we're going to go with it.
I know me and Aaron want to write